What if I don't come back? And I hate even having that thought because I always want to make it back to my baby. Like, that's why I feel guilty even going out in the first place, because my mind goes to like, well, what if something happens? What if this is the last time I get to see my child's face again?
Oh, what we doing?
Girl, go grab your tea, your coffee, your coconut water, your wine. Sit down. Let's chat. Hey y'all, welcome back to the channel. I'm not gonna, beat around the bush. I really want to get into talking about mom guilt because I know all moms go through this, and wanting y'all to know, obviously you're not alone. Goes through this in any period in their motherhood journey. And that just means that you love your child so much and you want to be the best mom that you can for them. So don't feel guilty. Please do not feel guilty. Honestly, a lot of the mom guilt comes from societal pressures, especially social media. We have so many people that can post so much about motherhood tips, what they're doing as a mom, and how they make momming look so easy. But one thing we have to remember with social media is it's only a highlight reel type of deal. Like, mothers and people aren't showing, most of the time, they're not showing their pitfalls, their struggles, their pain, because they want to make it all look like everything is picture perfect, when that's not how life is. That's not how mothering is. Nothing is perfect, So when we go on social media and we see all these, I went to the gym for 3 hours, cooked, cleaned the house, fed my kids, they weren't bad. I mean, they got their homework done, put them to bed, bathed them. When we see all that, it makes you feel like, am I doing enough? What am I doing wrong to not feel like I have all that energy to do what this other woman did? That energy that old girl has, it's going to be way different from you, because old girl might not be putting her husband or her partner in all of the videos. So you don't see that she has help. It makes you feel like, well, dang, just because you see only her, you assume it's only her, when a lot of the times that's not the case. I remember when I first had my son, and he was younger, I would feel guilty for leaving. Like, I wouldn't go out. Being a new mom, I was not trying to leave my child. I wanted to be around him 24/7, especially because my child was exclusive and is still exclusively breastfed. Yes, I said still. I'm trying, y'all. He's exclusively breastfed. How else is he gonna get his food? And please, I know there has to be some other ladies out there that hate pumping. Pumping is another job within itself. I hate it. So I would only pump when I needed to go out and do something. I'm an actress, so if I'm filming on set, and when you're on set, you can be on set for some hours, so some 12, 14 hours sometimes. So I wanted to make sure I pumped enough for him during that time. But I would feel guilty, although I know I am working, that I'm not there with him. But I'm like, I have to pump and give him the milk. He can't be on my boob. I can't be his comfort right now. But I have to know that it is okay and that he will learn to adapt. And I know I'm not abandoning my child, because sometimes that can kind of creep up. Like, what kind of mom? What if he feels like I'm never coming back? I know that's not my intentions. I'm going out here to get this bag, Bookie. I'll be back, baby. But right now, you just got to take this bottle. But it would be hard. And especially when it comes to just going out for pleasure, it's still almost non-existent for me. I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm trying to go out maybe on Thursday, but TBD. But it's just like, I almost don't want to, considering the fact that everybody, I'm not gonna say everybody, but it's so crazy out here, y'all. You get in the car and the other day, I took my baby to see his father. I swear I almost got hit rear-ended 3 times, almost. Because you know how people like to ride up on you real close before they change lanes? So like if you was to just tap on your brakes, it'd be over for theirs. You feel me? That's why I like to stay in the house. That's why I like to stay in the house, because I want to be with my baby and I want to be safe with my baby. It's one thing for me to go out and feel like, what if I don't come back? And I hate even having that thought, because I always want to make it back to my baby. Like, that's why I feel guilty even going out in the first place, because my mind goes to like, well, what if something happens? What if this is the last time I get to see my child's face again? That feeling makes things so real, because you never know. So you really have to cherish every single moment that you have, because life it's so unpredictable. It's so unpredictable. So I feel guilty going out sometimes, just because I'm like, I don't want anything to happen. And I know the Most High got me, but the way these people out here work, y'all, it's ridiculous. And I don't want that one night of fun to leave me absent from seeing the continuous growth and seeing my child grow into this handsome young man. Like, I don't want to miss those moments. Those are like so important to me, more important than going out for this one night. So I get into that mindset, like, am I making the right choice? Like, should I even do this? Don't nobody want to go through that, you know? But feeling guilty and going through all these emotions, it doesn't make you a bad mom. It truly makes you human. You're experiencing everything, especially if you're a new mom for the first time. Your child is not looking for a perfect parent. Your child is looking for you to be you and showing up as the best you. The Most High would not have given you that child, and your child would have not chosen you if they didn't think that you were perfect as you are. And that's a huge thing, because a lot of times we feel like, am I enough? Am I not doing good enough? Am I not doing enough for my baby? Like, what could I do better? And whatever season that you're in right now, you're doing the best that you can. And your child appreciates that. As long as your child is fed, loved, and they're with you, they're not, baby's gonna cry, but you know, they're not in lack of their necessities. You're doing great. You're doing great. You love and you care for that child. You're doing everything that you can for that child with what you have. You're doing great. And don't let nobody else tell you otherwise. And honestly, continuing to feel guilty, it's not really going to help the situation. It's not going to take the feelings away. If anything, it amplifies it, and it just drains you of your energy. We want to leave all low vibing energy, and guilt is definitely on that list. We want to leave that over there with self-loathing, not feeling good enough, depression. We want to leave all that away from us, because we don't need that type of energy. When you want to be the best you, that energy can't come into play. And I'm not going to say that it doesn't, but it's about knowing how to get over that feeling, right? So to get over those feelings, you have to honestly just focus on the bigger picture. You got to let it go. And it really is a choice. You have to just let that go. You can't allow that feeling to take over. It's almost like fear mongering. You cannot have that and you can't allow that to coexist with you, because it will honestly start to be like a roommate. in your head, and you don't want to co-inhabit with something like that. You don't. It will drive you crazy. So you got to ask yourself the basic questions. Is my child happy? Is my child healthy? Is my child loved? And if you answer yes to all of those, then you're doing it. Let go of guilt. You hit all the target points. Let go of guilt. Stop looking at social media. Do not compare yourself to other mothers out here, to other women, because it's a highlight reel. It's a highlight reel. It's a highlight reel. You don't know what the reality is like. Everything behind that phone of theirs is not always that beautiful, y'all. It really isn't. Do not be a fool to social media. And don't forget to take care of yourself. You know, self-care is not being selfish. You need to make sure you fill up your cup so you can pour into others, and especially your child, because you want to be the best you, the best version of you, mentally, spiritually, emotionally, physically. You want to be the best you can be so you can be an extraordinary example to your child, y'all. You really have to take care of yourself. It's not some cliche saying, oh, you gotta be the best you to be better for anybody else. It sounds cliche, but it is like, it's facts, boo. It's facts. Give yourself the time that you need. Go read a book. Go take a walk. Go do something. Some type of self-care. Soak in the bath. You know, scrub the crust off your feet. I need to do mine. Do something that is contributing to your overall well-being. And when you do these things, you better celebrate, because that's just another thing off your list that you done for you. Small victories is where it's at, y'all. Small victories is where it's at, because once you compile all these small victories, achieving that major goal that you have just gets even more sweeter, because it's not like you've been sitting here going without. Like, it wasn't a surprise. I feel like things are more fulfilling when you know you've been working towards them and you see the progress that you made by setting these small goals. And with you achieving those small goals, you celebrate yourself in a healthy way. Of course, I want to iterate that. You got to do these things in a healthy way. A lot of time, you want to celebrate, oh yeah, let me go out, drink, party with my friends, blah, blah, blah. Or I've been guilty of that too. Oh, I've been eating good all week. Let me have this stuff with all this ingredients, like a piece of cake with all this ingredients, or let me just binge eat this one day. Don't reward your body and yourself with something that really isn't good for your overall well-being. Celebrate in a healthy way, in a way that you'll be proud of afterwards. So with all that, I want y'all to sit back and actually reflect on your feelings and why you feel guilty. Everybody has a valid reason for feeling the way that they feel, but you need to pinpoint where that feeling is coming from so you can get to the root of that actual feeling. Is it because, well, I'm feeling guilty, but it's actually stemming back all the way to my childhood, because I knew if I didn't do something right the way my parents wanted, I would lose their love and they would make me feel minuscule and in some way invalidate my feelings, or just make me feel like I'm less than and they wouldn't talk to me, or whatever the case may be. Pinpoint where those feelings come from, because it might not even be from you wanting to be the best mom for your child, and not just sound like that, but it might be from something deeper when it comes to your mental state of mind. That's why I feel like therapy is important. And I think we should all do it. It's wonderful, y'all. Let me tell you, I need a sponsorship, BetterHealth. But honestly, sometimes you just don't know where it's actually coming from until you sit with yourself and you ask yourself those tough questions And you allow your higher self and not your ego to give you those answers. And so when those negative thoughts end up creeping up, like, oh, you suck. Oh, you're not doing it great. You need to affirm yourself. Affirm yourself. I am the best mom. I am doing a fantastic job raising my children. My children love me for who I am. Me and my children have fun. And it doesn't have to be fun in the sense of I'm taking my children to Disney. Everybody wants to equate fun, love, and happiness to money. That is a problem. It's not about that. It's not about that. Your child knows nothing about that. Don't allow money to be your focal point when it comes to giving your child an experience. Of course, it can help, but you can give your child the most beautiful childhood without having to have all that money. You can do something that really gets you in tune with your child instead of taking them to Disneyland so they can ride some rides. Because it's like, does your child really know you like that? All I want y'all to know is that you are not alone when you experience these feelings, when you go through these things. It happens to all of us. I want everyone to know that you are felt, you are heard, you are seen. Other moms, please share your experience, what you do to combat those feelings of guilt, and where you are at now mentally and how you guys are doing, because we all need to be here supporting each other. I know it can get tough. I know things can feel so heavy and you feel like you're carrying the weight of the world on your shoulders, and it can make you feel like you're not doing a good job, but you are. You are. So y'all, please drop y'all comments down below, share your experience, and help other women get over the feeling of guilt, because we all go through it and we all need to be felt, seen, and heard. But until next time, peace, love, and light. I am out.